Blogger Roundup. It's myorganized.life, live August 2nd, 2019.
Friday.
And we made it to the end of the week.
Yes, we did.
And you weren't going to be here. And
now I am.
Now you are, but that's
but
good
I'm
because
leaving right after this show wraps.
I know. You have to.
So we have to make it quick.
We will make it quick.
We'll make a quick birthday shout out to you.
Oh, come
tomorrow.
on.
Happy birthday to John.
Happy birthday, yes.
You're going to be 45.
I'll be in that upper 40s range, yes. Somewhere close to upper 40,
Maybe we should have a guessing game. Guess John's age.
No, do not guess my age.
Okay,
You'll
we'll forget about that.
And I'll never tell. So,
I do know how old you are.
But by the way, this is myorganized.life live, now 1.5 years old.
Yes.
And I am John Hunt.
And I'm Leanne Thompson.
This is the show where we give you organizing tips, advice, and on Fridays, your favorite show.
And yours.
And for all those people who don't know the sign,
Blogger Roundup.
Okay.
How did we get into that anyway?
You started that,
did I?
And then I copied you.
Weird.
So that is one of the trends that you set.
I am a trendsetter.
You are a trendsetter. You do sign language for blog. I wonder what Blogger Roundup would be like in, if someone is like sign language out there, post a video on a comment. Can they do that? They must be able to.
I don't think so.
Take a picture of your or a video of yourself doing
okay.
Blogger Roundup and post it in the comments.
Okay. Anyway, let's get on with the show.
Wow.
Today. So anyway,
what do we got today?
I scour the web. This is for people that don't know.
Yeah.
I scour the web finding the latest organizing blogs.
Yes.
And then we talk about them.
Yes.
Here, live.
Live.
So first one, slide up.
Okay.
Organizing Maniacs, Chris Scott. Organization tips, controlling kid chaos.
I think that title right there is, how can that possibly be? It's like a, what do they call that when
an oxymoron?
That's an oxymoron. How can you
Controlling
control
chaos?
kid chaos?
Yeah, I don't know.
Kids and chaos,
it's
the same
kind
thing.
of hard, but some people
and it's not just the age of the kids, it's not just young kids.
It's all the kids.
It's all kids,
the chaos
all age.
Just transforms from puzzle pieces and Legos and everything all over to what time you're coming home in the middle of the night. Yeah.
Yes, while I'm sleeping.
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
It's the height of summertime and you have kids. It means kids' chaos has just taken over. Yes. And so she's giving us some tips on decluttering.
Okay.
So here are her favorite ideas.
Do you declutter your kids?
I don't know. How could you do that?
I don't know.
That's a good idea.
Take them and sort like with like, and put them out. Okay.
Okay, number one, enlist your child's help. So cleaning up their own space is an important skill to teach your kids. This can start as early as age 1. Make sure they're responsible for putting their stuff away. And then just as they clean up, they can learn that to keep it clean going forward. I mean, it's just a good habit to get started. And to get them more enthusiastic, let them choose where their toys should be in their own room and how they want them organized.
Yes. Or like Laura, who likes to change her room layout every month or 2.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
and at 14, she's still learning that doing the dishes is her responsibility.
And she
We've been
still
teaching
gets
her
a
that.
stomach ache every time.
Yeah,
right?
whatever. Oh gosh, I'm tired. I gotta lay down. Lately it is, I need to clean the kitchen and no one else can be around watching me.
Oh. Well,
so if we want the kitchen clean, we have to leave.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
That's how sometimes I have to get my kids to eat.
Just
I have to leave the room because otherwise they sit and.
What if they start food fights or something?
No, they just, I don't know.
All right,
too busy.
cool. All right.
Okay, Ziploc bags are your friends.
Yes.
Legos, game pieces, marbles, and easy to lose little pieces. It can be quickly contained in a Ziploc. You can see what's in it.
Very good.
Even like in puzzles, put the pieces in the bag and then put the bag in the box.
Yes.
So that's kind of a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
And manage with the containers, kind of same thing, same concept.
Yep.
Shelves with bins.
And labels.
Right. But the kids can't read yet if they're too little. So
this is true. You can do pictures,
you can do pictures.
Isn't that what Louise said that one time on the podcast about use a picture so they can relate to the picture,
exactly.
Right? Okay, good.
So then the kids know where to put everything back. And then motivate your kids. So
ooh, I'd like to hear how you do that.
Whether you make it a game or it's effective to be part of a bedtime routine, clean up and then da-da-da-da-da. When they're older, you can withhold privileges like no TV or no Nintendo or whatever. The other day, my daughter was having a major meltdown.
Oh, surprising.
And on top of it, her room was a pigsty. So I put her in her room as she kicked and screamed, and I shut the door, and she can't get out because we have one of those plastic things on there was for when for these times.
Times such as this, yes.
I said, calm down. You cannot come out until your room is clean and you're ready to be nice. So she screamed for a couple minutes, and then there was silence. And I could hear things going on in there. About 15 minutes later, Mommy, as sweet as can be.
Yes.
I opened the door, her room spotless, and her attitude was gone.
Very good.
She couldn't get out till her room was clean. So that was a
Lock 'em
motivator. Yep.
That's
exactly.
great. Yes. I was going to talk about an experience from, remember I told you I heard John Maxwell a few weeks ago. And he talked about when he was growing up, his dad, instead of giving him an allowance to do chores, paid him to read books.
Oh, wow.
So he read tons and tons and tons of books growing up.
Oh, cool.
But when, he said, well, don't I get paid for taking out? No, that's part of being in this family. You do your chores. But for the reading, I'll pay you. And it was really good. So anyway, I thought that was an interesting technique.
Cool. Yeah.
So,
nice.
Okay, slide.
Yes,
let's get her slide up first.
Okay, organizing maniacs. Organization tips, controlling kid chaos.
Very good. Okay, next slide up is, this is an interesting one from Veronica Bishop
out
at
this one.
Organizers Northwest or organizersnw.com. Why this professional organizer only shops at Trader Joe's. Now, doesn't that headline
it just
kinda
grabs you?
Yeah,
but you think she's getting paid for this, which
right,
she is not.
She is not getting paid for this.
Very, very clear.
This is another Veronica work of art too, which is way too long to get through everything. So I'm just going to scratch the surface on this one.
You've got to go and read it because she gets into some pretty interesting concepts.
Yeah, and she talks about, this is a kind of a time management issue, and you spend a lot of time shopping for groceries, and if you have a 3.5-year-old, can you believe her child is 3.5?
No,
I remember when she did a podcast with us and she was pregnant.
She was like, freshly kind of pregnant.
And she was like going to be due any day.
Oh, was it? Okay, that was the second one.
Yeah,
okay.
And she goes, I got, it could happen during this podcast. I remember going, okay, well, just hold on.
That was 3.5 years ago.
3.5 years ago. Time flies when you are having fun. Yes. Anyway.
But she's one of those that used to go to different stores to get different things.
Because you can't find everything. Well, evidently her theory here is, and then there's some caveats at the end, so we'll just touch on a little bit, but no more analysis paralysis. One of the things she loves about Trader Joe's is their lack of choices. And so, you go there and, you go to the typical store, too many choices. Trader Joe's, they may have one or two of each thing.
And just let's set aside, because she's not promoting Trader Joe's, this can be true for anything that you...
Right. Well, it's hard to
maybe you have a certain grocery store that's not Trader Joe's in your area, but just stick to that and kind of
keep it simple.
Keep it simple, yeah.
So she says,
sorry, go ahead.
So normally she said it only takes her about 20 minutes to shop.
Wow.
And the other thing, another point on it, it's food only, which is kind of like an organizer's dream. It's not, all these other little, you go to the local big grocery store, they have like lawn furniture there and seasonal items.
So you're impulse buying.
Yeah, you're trying to buy all these things. Like, why am I buying a lawn furniture set while I'm at the grocery store?
Yes, I need sticks, I need ketchup, and look, a patio set. Let me grab that.
Yes, let's get, I need one of those too. Can we not go in my cart? She said the staff is happy, which makes her happy. That's a great point. You want to go somewhere where, you typically don't think about a staff at a grocery store of really interacting with them other than maybe like at the meat counter or, but
it's good to have a good experience where you go.
So she says, how do I organize it to make it work? So there are a few concessions she said she had to do in order to make this plan work. Bulk shopping elsewhere. So she says there's several items which I do not prefer, or which I do prefer to purchase elsewhere, like peanut butter. She's not sure why, but she doesn't like the Trader Joe's peanut butter. And she buys in bulk maybe every 3 or 4 months, but not every time she's going. Probably things like toilet paper, stuff like that.
She does not like the...
Right. Doesn't like the toilet paper there. Work the plan. Since Trader Joe's only carries limited items, she knows exactly what she needs each week.
Okay,
and,
that's good.
So that helps. And she says, so what about single-use plastics? Trader Joe's has come under some heat recently for their long-term reliance on single-use plastics, and rightfully so. So there was a petition about that, but in response, Trader Joe's has agreed to stop offering single-use carry-out bags and replace produce bags with biodegradable and compostable ones. Did you know that? I don't know.
No, because I don't shop at Trader Joe's.
Well, I don't
ever.
either because there's not one close to us.
There's one, probably 5 miles from me, but
ours closest one is about a 20-minute drive.
Oh, okay.
But there's a bunch of other ones. But so anyway, there's more in the article. I don't want to get in. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff in this
go and
article.
read it.
It is really good to think about how could you, because I know with my wife, grocery shopping can be kind of stressful. And my wife makes the list,
checks it twice,
just so we know exactly what we got. And but she does go to 3 different stores.
Okay.
And so, but it works for her, and they're all relatively close to each other. So. But let's put the slide up here.
All right.
Why this professional organizer only shops at Trader Joe's. Veronica Bishop, organizersnw.com.
All right. The next one, the Shawna Method. Free may be costing you.
There ain't no such thing as a free lunch, right?
That's right.
Except maybe at Trader Joe's, but that's not free.
That's not.
They only have 2 options there.
Yes.
Okay. So what does Shawna have to say about free?
Seems like everywhere you turn these days, there are opportunities to get free items.
Yes.
It seems like a great deal, but what seems like a bargain at the moment might end up costing us, even if we don't have to shell out the money.
Right.
How can that be?
How can that be?
The reality is everything we owns a piece of us.
Oh,
It takes up space, needs to be stored,
Yep.
maintained, cleaned, just like everything we've talked about in the past years. It kind of wears on you. It can so all these things that you get, like the free offenders, such as free gifts from the makeup counter, toiletry bags from international flights.
How about when you're going to buy 1 pair of jeans and get the second pair basically for free, right?
Exactly. Yep.
Yes. Okay.
Yep. But jeans are probably a different story because you actually you wear those, but you wear them.
Well,
Party/wedding favors, Happy Meal toys, stuff like that.
Yeah.
That all accumulates. So she just, as with all possessions, it is important to be active in getting rid of things we don't love or do not use. Because they just take up space. And
it's how you wonder, like every time you donate something to you keep having stuff to donate to the vets or whatever,
right.
Because stuff keeps coming into this
keeps
house.
Coming in.
I don't know where it comes from.
I don't either.
But it just keeps coming in.
So basically, there's more in here, but she talks about just being mindful of what you're bringing into your house. I mean, do you really need to grab that second party favor if there's extras sitting on the counter when you leave? Probably not, because what are you really going to do with it?
Right. Okay,
let's put the slide up one more time. The Shawna Method. Free may be costing you.
Yes, that kind of reminds me of our podcast this week. Part 1 we had with Angie Hike on organizing your car.
Yes.
And the first thing is declutter it.
Declutter.
Like how many napkins or plastic forks do you really need?
Yeah, probably not that many.
Yeah.
Probably not.
So
probably don't even need a fork in your car.
Right.
I don't have a fork in my car.
Can I tell you a funny story?
Sure.
I'm sorry to digress, but it is Friday. I know you
Friday.
want to get out of here.
I've got to get out of here, but go ahead.
Okay,
I'll
so
listen.
on our trip to Utah, we're driving from Moab, Utah to Salt Lake City.
Okay.
And we had our lunch packed with us.
Okay.
And we had made sandwiches, except for my wife who wanted a salad. So we're
eating a salad in the car.
I know. Well, we stopped. So we're going along, and she goes, "Guess what? I don't have a fork."
Oh. Okay.
All right. So I said, "Well, we're kind of like in the middle, in no man's land between, this." You see a lot of mountains around here, but nothing much else.
Yeah.
So, we decide, we had to make a rest stop. Maybe there's something in this rest stop, but you go in there and all there's a vending machine. And she goes, "You know what? I'm just going to ask a stranger if they have an extra fork by chance." I go, "Well, that's really interesting."
Huh, okay.
So she goes up to the stranger and says,
"Like, are you at a park or something?"
"No, at a rest stop."
At a rest stop.
She goes, Would you by chance have an extra fork? And here's the funny thing, 2 funny things. Number 1, the woman said, yeah, they were moving across country.
Okay.
And the day before they'd stopped at a fast food place and grabbed forks, but didn't realize they'd taken extra. So she had an extra fork.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
But then the second thing is the name of the restaurant. Okay, so we're all doing this and we're getting back in the car, and as we look, the name of the rest stop was The Fork.
No way.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
So,
that is pretty bizarre.
That is pretty bizarre, but
wow,
that's
funny,
a great story, isn't it?
Who would have an extra fork?
I know. And she, the woman said, she goes, "I don't know why I grabbed 2 forks the
Wow.
day before at like a fast food.
Wow. Hey, now you both have a story to tell. That's pretty cool.
A story that that's a great way to end this week,
Yes,
isn't
it
it?
is.
But that was partially a coming off promoting the podcast, which is part 1 with Angie. But next week we go to part 2.
Yep.
Finish up organizing that car. We were only in the front part. We got to get into the back area
the back
of it.
seat and start organizing.
So that's next Wednesday. Plus we got a whole week of great stuff next week, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Awesome. So join us on Monday.
And happy birthday to you.
And happy birthday to me. Okay. 2 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central, 3 Eastern, noon Pacific. Be back here Monday on myorganized.life live.